3 things you want to learn in 2021. I mean, 3 is not 15, right? And 3 is totally doable. And you can do 1 or none. But I'm a big fan of lifelong learning and just discovering new skills and maybe new talents you didn't even know you have. And I believe that our wishes and our curiosity is leading us directly to the things we need to learn or which are meant to be our skills forever after we learned it. And it doesn't have to be the flute. You can choose to learn the flute this year. My mother was or still is a flute teacher. Now she retired, and she always taught her students at home, at our home. So my sister and I knew all the pieces, we knew all the music. So when this student graduated to the next piece of music, the little one just got this piece of music. So we heard all the pieces of music. I hope that's the right word in English. All the time, like on repeat. So when somebody did a mistake, like next door, like we were, oh no, it's not like this. I think we wouldn't have been a nice audience, but it was kind of special because we were all day long when we were at home, we were listening to the teaching of my mother. So I can tell you the flute is maybe not the instrument you will master by the end of 2021, but choose something else, like riding a one-wheel bike. That's one of my favorite examples. I learned that when I was a kid because my sister had a circus as a topic in school, and they did a circus show in the end and learned all about juggling and one-wheel bicycle. I hope that's the right word too. So we got one to take home and learn it, and then the next kid got it for his own improvement or her improvement. So that was really fun, just holding on to a rail and going and going and going for it, and all of a sudden you can do it. And then you could do tricks, of course, or backwards. I was so happy when I could go straight ahead and some like some steering in a kind of way. And one friend of mine in Scout, we were leaders in Boy Scout in Switzerland. It's kind of different than internationally. Our leaders are very young, and female leaders are leading little boys too, so that there are boys and girls leading them. Whatever, we had a camp, and one friend of mine, he learned one-wheel bicycle riding in one afternoon because he was just sitting on the bike and going all in, falling down and bruising his knees and everything. But after, I don't know, I think 2 hours. It was crazy fast. I was like, yeah, it took me 2 weeks and you are doing it in 2 hours. We can do whatever we want, right? And if that's something which makes you happy and like, oh yeah, let's do that in 2021, I feel accomplished, I feel proud, I just did something I've never done before. That's such an uplifting feeling. Go for these things you want to learn. And it can be anything, drawing, creativity, things, music, of course, singing, and crafting. There are millions of things you could learn in 2021, and guess what? YouTube is a free teacher. Of course, you can book teachers, you can book lessons, you can book courses, even online courses. That's just so cool that we have the teachers and the knowledge at our fingertip. I learned hair braiding the year before, and that was so cool. Really, YouTube tutorials and then sticking with it, and first you suck and then all of a sudden it works, and I still use that skill and I love it. I failed last year with the moonwalk, learning the moonwalk. And that's okay too. If you don't do it, nobody cares. besides you. So if it wasn't that important that you wanted it really, really, really to learn, so what? So I love this freedom that you can choose. I can choose. And I will tell you my 3 things in the end of the video for sure. So you can choose whatever you want to learn, and you can choose to stick with it or don't stick with it. Like, nobody is controlling you. No teacher is telling you you have to, or calling you out if you don't do the homework. And then that's my big belief, that our school system should be more and more and more about that. Like the intrinsic motivation that you want to do it, whatever the outside is calling you crazy or not believing in you. You just want to do it because of yourself, and then you do it, and the joy of learning and sucking in the beginning, like, oh, it doesn't work right away, and you wouldn't expect that it works out right away. Like if you would train pottery, making beautiful pottery, you wouldn't expect to have the skills like a trained what's the word? If you want to design a vase, and that it works out like somebody who does that for 10 years. But step by step you can improve your skills, and if that's something you're excited about, maybe you have a pottery store in 10 years, because in 2021 Crazy Ronja asked you what you want to learn, and you decided that you want to learn pottery, and now you're the master of all potteries in the whole wide world, or in your region, or just for yourself. We have all the possibilities. I hope you feel it. And did you do your vision board yet? Yes, because last weekend we had vision board workshops here at my house, and it was beautiful. All the vision boards looked so different. One lady did a little one, really tiny one with 64 squares on it. It looked really Instagrammy and just so beautiful, and each square had a deep meaning about things she wanted to explore, learn, create in 2021. And others had, me included, I'm not finished at all yet, huge vision boards with so many things on it, because we can decide what we want to explore and create and experience in 2021. And remember, not the circumstances or the other people, but ourselves. And that the thing with the learning is so much in our hands too, and I love that. And it's no teacher telling us what to do. I didn't like that, as you can tell. I want to decide myself what I want to do. So my 3 things are, I have to look down, it's not yet ingrained. So some people in my vision board workshop said they want to learn the handstand, the free handstand. And I was the super unsporty girl in school. And I went now for like this handstand, you know, the yoga handstand, when you're on your elbows and on your whole arms here. That's now my goal. I'm very curious how to build that up, because that's a challenge. I think if I go all in, like with the one wheel bicycle, I could do that in one day, or just slowly and steadily, and then I can do it and master it. So that's one. And then I love astrology, and not the one in the just in the magazines, like really digging deep. And I already bought a course from a guy. I went to a lot of seminars, and it wasn't about astrology at all. He was actually against it, like heavily against it, and calling all astrologists like frauds, and he was like, in every newsletter there was an astrology joke that sucks and that doesn't work. And then he said, let's face it, I'm not the guy. Actually, he realized, I'm not the guy talking badly about things I don't know by heart. So he booked an astrology course or school to learn everything from scratch to afterwards have all the tools to really ditch and this astrology hard. So that was his goal, but after 2 years or so he was apologizing in his newsletter like, I'm so sorry, I take everything, every bad word back I said ever about astrology. I really think it's a powerful tool, not to tell you the future, but to tell you the quality of the time where things are easier to do or to accomplish than in others. So he is now teaching astrology and I already bought his online course. So that's one of my goals, and of course then after that to improve my skills and use everything I know in my coachings. And the third one is very witchy woo woo too. Depends on your point of view. I want to learn palm reading, and I love witchy woo woo things, and always to improve and empower people to do their own thing, their own way. And I was a bit like concerned because I don't like when somebody tells me the future, like it will be like this, and I'm like, no, I want to do it my way. So I was at the festival 2 years ago, and a friend of mine said, you have to book this palm reader, she's amazing. And I said, no, I don't like the future prediction, but she really talked me into it, and it was so interesting. And did you know that in the middle of the hand, that changes over the days of your life, and the fingertips, they stay the same. They are always the same. Even before birth, they're already like ingrained in your fingers, and they don't change. And if you have if you cut your finger nearly off, or just have a cut in your finger, it always grows back exactly the same. That's why fingerprint security works, but in the middle of the hand it changes. I think that's so interesting, and this lady has some courses too. I hope I can snag a place in her courses. Otherwise, I will start with YouTube, as you maybe do with your 3 things. And I'm so curious, what are your 3 things when you think about it? Like, 3 things. Okay, I can do that. Maybe you pick little things. 3 things. Please tell me about them. And please show me your vision board if you do one. If you think, what are you talking about? Watch the last video. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I would love that. And subscribe to my channel, which is so new because I was always having Swiss German and English videos on my same channel. And then I learned that this is not the right way to do it. So this YouTube channel is super new and fresh, and I'm super happy if you subscribe and be my follower. Thank you so much for watching. 3 things. I want to see it in the comments. What did you choose? Because it's just amazing to learn lifelong and explore new things and be alive and in the game of life. Thank you for watching. You are amazing and I love you. Bye bye.